This is how to use color pencils by Mrs. Rolfe. The first thing you want to do is pick the shape you're going to draw. Now in this case, I went ahead and just drew a circle. You're going to try to get shadows or values on here so that your object's going to have some depth or form to it. So in this case, the lines are curved because I want this ball or this sphere to look round. In this case, I started off with 3 different colors. So we did a light color first, which was a light green. Then I came back with a darker green and with a violet. And at the very end, I blended in the last coat. As the bottom of the sphere is touching the ground, it's going to have less light, so it's going to look darker. So if I keep on drawing on top, I keep on blending the colors, so this part gets darker, and this part up here where it's getting the light is going to appear lighter. Now when you go to color something like this, there's lots of ways you can do it, and this is an example of what we call cross-hatching, which is just putting lines on top of each other. Or you can actually take your pencil, and we call it blending, but we just take one color and we softly turn the pencil and we just keep on coloring on top. We take one color and we put it on top of the other one, which is what's right here. In this case, I used some letters for my preliminary shape. So I started off with obviously the letters A, R, and T for art. Here I just took colors next to each other. So color pencils can actually, the colors can just touch each other and just be colored next to each other. Or you can go ahead and start with like a light red and then blend the red violet and just keep on blending on top. These are called blending colors. The next thing you can do obviously with colored pencils is you can just make patterns. So you can just have different variations of patterns over your whole object. Now this one is what we call a drop shadow. I started with the light blue. I colored real soft by using the side of my pencil and just blending along this edge, and at the final edge I did the darkest blue and then to a blue violet on the edge. The last thing was I used orange behind the blue, and the reason why, because we've gone over this before, is complementary colors. So if you want to make some of your letters pop out, a real easy trick would be to use complementary colors. Orange is a cross on the color wheel from blue. So the trick here is just don't pick one color and just color in your shape or your letter. Use blending, use lines, use patterns, but whatever you pick, just have fun.